Now get out of here. Ah, you fool, get the fuck out. You ready? You goddamn better believe it. Then take your drawers off and work your legs. Open your ass up like a keg. Let me tap it. I must have it. Very fool, you are mine. I'll drink your ass like wine, and when semen pours all over your head, you know you must be dead. Scartor, I know you groove and shake it so damn good. And when you come on through my hood, I'll give you a piece of one. You furry fool, I know, and I will not disagree. But there's one thing we don't like, and it starts with he. Man, oh no, I don't know which way to run or turn. Don't worry, Skeletor, your pants on fire. My cock will burn. My cock's on fire. For more dick. You know, Skeletor, yes, my head is so damn thick like yours. No brain inside, just a lot of fucking fur. And if I ripped it off, you'd find a boy and call him her, right? No, Skeletor, that's not what I'd do. I'd bend you over and shoot chocolate goo in your asshole. Let me lie. Let me tell the truth. Now, who are you? I don't know. Let's break it through. Now, shake your ass. Come on, Beastman. Take your furry fur off. Why can't it's made of fur? Bitch, well then, whack me off. Grab your hairy palms. Hairy, hairy indeed. They're hairy as fuck. Take some leaves. Ah, whatever you need. Now we're drunk. We'll be in jail. But I'll rape you, master. It never fails. He's always got my ass on his mind. And it's showing back. And when he waxes me, he waxes all night long. And that is that. Now, Beastman, what do you know about taking off your clothes? You're just a slut from down below in Castle Grayskull. Come on. Ah, Skeletor, I saved my legs for you tonight. And if you see my cock, I hope you go and fight. Ah. Skeletor, you made me do some coke. I'm up all night and it's no joke. Ah, furry fool, break dance. Take off your furry pants. Take off your high heels and put them in your ass. Now somebody is tiptoeing and someone just came in. And someone's pretty fat. Beastman's pretty thin. Oh, I've got AIDS. Beastman AIDS, and I'll spread it into every good boy and girl today. Watch me give you cum stains in your fucking drawers. Beastman, watch your mouth. We don't need that language anymore. Come on, Skeletor. Don't you want to see me working now? Beastman, show him how you're gonna get my ass and plow. Now stick your cock inside, like Greg John fucking said. That faggot fucking douchebag only knows how to give head. Two men in bed. His face is getting red. Listen to everything I fucking said. Beastman, do you know?
Cheers. One more. Here's that salt. It's good. Oil free. Only variation. Fit your lifestyle.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back behind the bar. It's Friday night, and I'm happy to be here. It is excellent weather out here in Michigan. And I kid you not, this week it hit 72 degrees. What a mood booster, right? What a crazy mood booster. Like a day in February, 72 degrees, but it's March 1st. Most of you are probably like, yeah, that's what happens in March. But in Michigan, this is beautiful, and I'm excited. It was a great day. Sun, everybody having a good time. It's Friday night. Let's talk some beer, okay? This week, Oddside Ales, Grand Haven, Michigan. Side note, Tim's right, in Michigan, you can go 72 to 27, 12 to 6 all day. That's what happens. So Grand Haven, Michigan, side story. If you're a fan of the American Pie movies, and I know you are, and if you haven't seen them, check them out. But if you're a fan, a lot of the beach scenes in the second one, Grand Haven, Michigan. So you've probably seen this place, at least a little bit. Oddside Ales is a top tier, beautiful brewery that continues the tradition here in Michigan of not just having breweries in places where you want to go. I'm still picking on Dark Horse. We did see, yeah. We saw Terra Rita Seep last year, and I couldn't snag a picture. I really wanted to. But Oddside is potentially the most aggressive brewery that I've ever kind of experienced. They do things with beer, and you're going to see this tonight with some of the choices that I picked, that you cannot find anywhere else. And I love that about them. I absolutely love that about them. They will give you a beer that you have never seen before. Okay? One of the beers tonight, I bet you're going to have that kind of feeling. Okay? So if you like experimental beers, this brewery is for you and me. I give it an A. I give it an A. I give it a 10. Okay? But a 10 with a caveat. Because they are, chances are they have beers that are not for you as well. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a beer that's not for you. I know a lot of people don't like IPAs, right? And I'm not the beer guy that's like, oh, you don't like IPAs, what's wrong with you? Yeah. I'm not a gatekeeper for beer. Well, there are no rules here, people. But people don't like it, okay? They're like, it's a mouthful of pennies. Sure, it's not for you. But when you got a brewery like Oddside, not only do they have beers that are, not for you, I guarantee you they have a weird beer for you. I guarantee you. It's the kind of brewery that if you explore it, you'll find something. So let's turn on the other camera. No rules. You got it, Tim. It fits your lifestyle. However you want it to fit. So keeping with what we've been doing, I did pick a couple of their originals here. This is their Citra Pale Ale, clocking in at 5.75%, okay? Now, for a pale ale, and it's got a really cool label. Let me kick this light off here. Come on. There. It's got a cool label, okay? Little tree. But it's super solid. And as far as pale ale goes, they have enough hops with the citra hops in it that it makes it interesting to drink. I like it. A lot of people like it. It's good beer. Next up, one of my favorites, dank juice. Now, this is not just standard dank juice, though. So the original standard dank juice, when it came out, really experimental. There you have this double dry hop beer that nobody had really ever seen before. This one is mango peach dank juice. So not only do you have a little bit of that, like, and I mean, for lack of a better way to put it, it smells like weed. That's why they call it dank juice. You know, it's so hopped that it smells like weed. The mango and peach in there almost makes it a pseudo hazy, double dry hopped ale. That's how crazy they get with stuff. And the label's pretty basic. I'm not going to sit here and tell you the label's like, but I do love that font. That's a super fun font. Clocking in at 6.5%. This is rated an 88 as far as beers go. And I would rate it higher. I'd put this in the 90s. I've had a bunch of different. So just like I talked about with New Holland, Oddside took dank juice and did a whole series on it. You know, like here's this version of dank juice. Here's this version of dank juice. That one's really good. The blackberry one was the best one. If you can find the blackberry one, kudos. But that one's really good too. One of their favorite beers that they have is called Bean Flicker. Cue the jokes. Called Bean Flicker. It's a vanilla coffee ale. They did a whole series on it. Yeah, time to flick your bean, Tim. They did a whole series, though, and one of them that they do, and it's because it's March, I wanted to pick this, is a shamrock bean flicker. So you have that, like, shamrock shake taste that comes in that is great for this time of the year. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. You know, that little bit of mintiness in with the vanilla and the coffee bean. Label's pretty standard. Just says bean flicker on it. Clocking in at 4.5%. There's no rating on this one, though, but Bean Flicker itself is an 89. And that's appropriate. I like a good coffee ale anyway. The vanilla and coffee blend together really well in it. As far as the shamrock goes, that mint that comes in, it's not so heavy that it's like toothpaste. So you don't have to worry about that. It's not toothpaste beer. Worth checking out. We're saving this one. I think this one's for Ward. I know he likes high ABV beers. The next two. This is Hazel's Nuts, and they've been doing this bourbon barrel-aged beer for 7 years, I think, in some variation or another. Clocking in at 11%, it's rated a 97. And people used to go nuts to the point where they would go out and seek this beer as like a legendary type of beer. Unlike the rating, I just think it's okay. But people love this. It's a solid beer. And like, I'm not going to lie to you, the price point for what it is might come into play for me. I don't know. It's an $8 beer night. So you get 12 ounces for $8. I don't know. It better do a lot more than what this beer does, in my opinion. Highly rated beer. Very cool logo on the front here. It's got like this like pinup style girl. But it'll get you drunk, okay? And quick. Next up is a stout. You know, this one for Dr. Forbes there. I'm pretty sure she likes this one. It is Imperial Mayan Stout. This is another bourbon barrel-aged stout. But what makes this unique is the chocolate nibs, the cocoa nibs, as well as cinnamon, nutmeg, and habanero. And that's what makes it the like Mayan stout. So it's a spicy, barrel-aged stout with cinnamon and nutmeg in it. It kind of offsets the spiciness a little bit. I love this beer. And it clocks in at 13%, so it's going to kick you in the teeth. And it's rated to 94. This is the one that I would rate. Yeah, it's mole sauce, right? I would rate this a 97 and maybe the hazelnuts like a 94. Okay? But I love this beer. If you can get this beer, again, Imperial Mayan Stout. If you can get this beer, check it out. Now, I told you they get weird. What? Tax, man? You don't like that beer? That's up your alley, man. I will say there's a better version of that beer in Grand Rapids, though. And maybe Tim could put the name of the brewery in the chat. Is it City Brewing or something like that? The one that's owned by a Cuban brewer, and it is phenomenal. It's a small brewery in Grand Rapids. It's great. Their Mayan Stout is better. I will say that. So I told you we were going to get weird. And the last one is a wheat ale with peanut butter and raspberries called Weeby Jammin'. And it has a great peanut butter jelly time reference a little bit there. Okay. This beer is just weird enough that some people are going to try it and hate it. I think it's awesome. It only comes at 4.5%. So we're not talking something that's going to kick you in the teeth or anything like that. When I get it, I usually try to order a half pour of it because a full 12 ounces is a bit much. But it's neat. Okay? It's a neat beer. And if you get a chance to try it, it's kind of like if you've had those Lay's chips that have really weird tastes and everything like that, where they really go out there and they kind of do something really bizarre. That's what it's like. It tastes like you're eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on basically wheat bread. I love it. And if you like wheat beers already, especially if you like fruited wheat beers, check it out. The peanut butter makes it just odd enough, Oddside, just odd enough that like some people will be like turned off by it. But they rated it an 82. I think it's a little higher, maybe more like an 85. It's like a solid B. It's definitely not a B minus. But enough people are going to be turned off by the peanut butter taste in it that I think it just kind of like, pushes them to the side a little bit. But I say be adventurous with no rules. Find out if you like it. Why not? It fits your lifestyle. And that's it for Oddside. It's a great brewery. I consider it an A. I consider it top tier. But the caveat is that you do have to look for your beer there. Because they are adventurous, you do have to look for your beer. If you're just feeling like they have this American lager that has a giant eagle and a flag on the front. So if you just like a Budweiser, they do have that beer there. Not a lot of breweries have that in Michigan, but they have that. They have a full-bodied lager. It's not a light lager. It's a full-bodied lager. So if you kind of like, that's your jam, they do have that there, and people can just rely on it. But explore it, man. They have and usually they have about 16 to 20 beers on tap when you go visit. Check them out. It's worth it. Vacation in Grand Haven. You can look at the wonderful Lake Michigan and drink yourself an Oddside Ale. That's all I'm saying. Check it out. Special drink tonight. This one is a Mastershake. The ocean has nothing compared to Lake Michigan. I know somebody who came from San Diego, looked at Lake Michigan and said, "Oh, I get it." Like that actually happened. Okay. San Diego, not a junky Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Southern California, and said, "Yeah, Lake Michigan." Well, that's a good thing. It means you're always within shore. Cocktail. This is a Mastershake Original. I toiled this week, and it was all really mental. I actually agree, Tim. It always makes my leg. San Diego? What's wrong with San Diego?
Like it's one word. San Diego.
A whale's vagina. Anyway, I got the peanut gallery over here, like making comments. So, I toiled this week, all up here, and I wanted to find a way that I can make a cocktail that, and shout out to Chris for the suggestion, reminisces and kind of draws from Color Out of Space. Okay, this is one of my favorite movies ever. I love this movie. Apparently, we're just doing weird ales, weird movies tonight, weird cocktails. Like, I love this movie. I think it's low-key probably one of Nick Cage's top movies. I got this awesome, and Taxman Tim has one too. It's awesome colored vinyl. It's in the record player right now. I'd show you the vinyl, but like, it's really cool artwork as far as like the inside and stuff. I wanted to make a cocktail that drew on inspiration from this, and Chris gave me the inspiration. He said, you know, do something that was out there as far as this like Lovecraftian, otherworldly style. And I came up with Nick Cage's Alpaca Special. Now, people can verify this. I make alpaca jokes all the time. I will be talking to Mrs. Shake and say, this. Like, hey, did you do X, Y, and Z? Did you do this? Did you do this? And she'll just be like, of course I did all this stuff. And I said, yeah, but did you feed the alpacas? And she hates every second of it. But I think it's hilarious. One of the greatest lines, like, feed the alpacas. Like, love that line in the movie. So this is Nick Cage's Alpaca Special. It is a coconut margarita. Okay. But it's going to have edible glitter in the cocktail, as well as colored ice cubes that should melt and swirl inside the white cocktail. So let's find out if this works. Okay. This is untested. And I will say, even though I put pink food coloring in the ice, when it froze, it looks way orange. So this might turn out to be a purple and orange swirl as opposed to a pink and purple. But we got the colors, okay? We got the colors. Tools tonight. Get your jig. We're using a regular cocktail glass. We're going to stack the ice up on here. Spoon, but we don't get to spank that ice this week. Oddly enough, you want for this cocktail all of your ingredients to be room temperature, and they have been at room temperature since yesterday. So I'm really hoping it melts that ice live, because if it doesn't, this is going to be a pretty lame cocktail. I got 2 limes, your knife, of course, shaker, edible glitter. Got it on Amazon. It was actually kind of expensive. It's like $8 for this much. Stack that ice. There we go. Love it. Now, this is important. As far as what you need in the drink, you want real gourmet cream of coconut, not coconut cream. Okay? Cream of coconut. That's what you want. It has to do with the sugar content, as well as it put me out of focus. Stupid camera. There we go. It has to do with the sugar content that's in here, as well as the color. So you want cream of coconut. Silver tequila. I'm using Espolon. That's my go-to these days in terms of a cocktail tequila. But we do have the return of Malibu, everybody's favorite coconut rum. Let's make our drink. So because this is at room temperature, this is going to be really weird. I'm not going to lie. If you were around in the 90s, you know of a drink called Liz Blizz from Sobe. Okay? Do you remember when they were in the glass bottles? Liz Blizz. Now, you can imagine what I don't know that reference. Seabass from Dumb. I don't know. I got my PBR shirt on today. We are making something that looks like Liz Blizz, and we called it something else when I was in high school. And you fill in the blanks. Skeletor would be proud of you. But when we pour it out, you're going to see It's yeah. Anyway, start with the cheapest ingredient like always. This week's limes. Okay. You're looking at 1 ounce of all natural lime juice. Why did I need my torch?
In case it doesn't melt.
Oh, it'll melt. I'll count on it. I bet I'm betting it'll melt. I'll let Tim invent another shot that I have to take if it doesn't melt. How about that? The last one he made me drink was, what was that called, Tim? It was so bad. So 1 full ounce. We got our variable limes here. Almost a full ounce out of one side. So we're just going to dump that in. Oh, let me turn on the second camera before I forget. There we go. Second cocktail camera. And we're just going to squirt the rest of this in there. Press. And dump. All right. We'll go with the edible glitter next. As far as how much to put in, I kind of eyeballed this a little bit. I would say like 3 dashes, but you want it to show up. So don't be afraid to go like, harder than normal. It just went everywhere already. So I'm going to go like this. Watch this. This is going to probably be way too much. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now online, everything said, cocktail, 3 dashes. I don't know if that was a heavy dash or a light dash. Dash isn't a measurement, people. Thanks for the help, internet. Very important. 2 ounces of your cream of coconut. So you'll see exactly what I mean in a second. You know what that looks like. I don't want to say it, but you know exactly what that looks like. Okay. So that's 1 ounce. 2 ounces. And you're going to want to give it a little shake. Okay. It's viscous. Yeah, continue the jokes. Oh, yeah, the cinnamon mouthwash drink. You want 2 ounces of silver tequila. Probably shouldn't add tequila first. Probably should have ordered the Malibu first. But 2 ounces of silver tequila. 1, 2, an extra splash in there just because I do like tequila. And 1 full ounce of that Malibu. 1 full ounce of Malibu. I do like to mix tequila with a flavored rum for some margaritas that I make. I suggest you check it out. Vodka is not the same. I've tried that. But flavored rum in a margarita, it's a pretty good alternative. Now, this is what's weird. We are going to shake this dry, and that's why you notice I didn't have a strainer down here. We don't need it. There's no ice in here. You are going to have to shake the hell out of this because there's no ice to perfuse the acids in with the sugars. So here we go. Give it a tap. Make sure it doesn't go everywhere. What's up, Sturdy? Just working hard, man. Yeah, it's a dry shake tonight. Now, I'm going to eyeball this. It might not be good enough. It is. Okay. You know, let it sit there for a second. Let's get our ice out. First cube. And it turned out a nice swirly purple. Second cube. And this is where it went wrong. This was pink. But whatever. Now, the telling moment. Play a game called Will It Swirl? And it is. Holy cow. This is awesome. This is awesome. Straighten this out a little bit. You guys are going to see a little bit of my wall. You can see it starting as it's melting and swirling up a little bit. The purple is showing up a lot better than the orangish pink in the light, but in my light here at home, it actually shows up. It actually just, more so than color out of space, reminds me of when you eat Fruity Pebbles in the milk. But the important thing, does it drink? Let's try it. I do like this. This is cool. You could serve this. Imagine this under like a black light. This would be pretty cool under a black light, man. So, cheers to you guys. Let's see if it's any good. Oh, that is really good. That is really good. I knew it was going to be okay. So, I will say it's a little bit more like drinking a White Russian than it is like drinking a margarita. Like, check this out. This is pretty cool. You know, channeling my inner color out of space. Check this out right here. I don't think that turned out too bad, huh? And it's a good drink, which is the most important part. You know, I will say what kind of motivated this week to do a swirl drink in the first place. And the sparklies are showing up on my end, but it doesn't show on yours on the camera. Does it the light pick it up at all? Not really. So on my end, I can see it, but maybe I should have put more glitter in. I thought I put too much. Anyway, another successful drink here, you know, at Mastershake's moderately entertaining mixology minutes, you know. Did you feed the alpacas, ladies and gentlemen? Because I sure did tonight. I've had a blast. Let's do our shot of the night. Keep it to a tight 30. You know, so my producer doesn't yell at me. He's there in the green room, sorry. I had a blast. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I can't wait to make a couple more of these for people in person, because the swirl effect, like, I wish you guys could see it. Like the sparkly with the swirl, it's just really cool. Like, anyway, apparently I need one of those like 4K cameras. This is 1080p. I thought that would be good enough. I'm gonna do tequila tonight. Whatever shot. I didn't see an alpaca pun. Oh, I thought he was making fun of how I said alpaca too. No. We're doing tequila because that's what I had down here, and I was upstairs looking through the bar, and I didn't really want to shoot anything else. I just wasn't in the mood. And since we're doing it out of the Orca glass tonight, as you can see, I'm going to cut my little lime really quick here. We're doing it out of the Orca glass, so you know exactly what we're going to cheers to tonight. There's only one thing you cheers to when it comes to the Orca. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the swimming with bow-legged women. Oh, that was delicious. San Diego. Well, I had a blast. We made a good cocktail. I'd give it like a 4.5. Pretty delicious. Hopefully you learn a little bit about Oddside. You go check it out in Grand Haven, Michigan. I've been your Mastershake. You've been behind the bar with me. Remember, there are no rules to drinking, and just do it however you need to fit your lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, until next week, you're the best audience.